Yo, listen up, fam. I gotta drop some truth on y'all right now. Everyone's running around chasing the next flashy AI coin like it's the holy grail. But let me tell you straight, nobody, and I mean nobody, is talking about the real money printer lurking in the shadows. Yeah, I'm talking about Filecoin. Now hold up. Don't scroll, don't click away, because what I'm about to show you will make your jaw hit the floor. While everyone's hyped up on ChatGPT, NVIDIA, and all that mainstream AI noise, Wall Street, they've been quietly scooping up decentralized storage like it's the hottest secret club in town. Why? Because AI ain't just about fancy algorithms or sexy robots, it runs on data. And data, my friends, needs space. Massive space. Think of it like this. The AI engines everyone's raving about, they're hungry and they're starving for petabytes of storage that regular clouds just can't handle. And here's the kicker. By 2025, AI data is expected to explode to a mind-bending 175 zettabytes. Yeah, I said zettabytes. That's a number so insane, you'll probably need a calculator just to wrap your head around it. Now here's the wild part. Filecoin isn't just some random storage coin floating around crypto space. Now, it's the fuel that AI literally runs on. It's the backbone, the unsung hero powering this entire AI revolution that no one's screaming about on social media yet. And let me be real with you. When I say nobody's screaming about it, I mean the mainstream hype channels aren't covering this. Yet the big money, the hedge funds, the institutional whales, they already know. They're stacking Filecoin, and guess what? You can still get in before the rocket launches full throttle. Picture this, decentralized storage nodes all over the globe, running silently, efficiently, and feeding AI models with the data they crave. You don't see this on CNBC, you don't see this on Reddit trending, but this is happening, and it's happening fast. Every minute that ticks by, more AI projects are locking down storage contracts, more Filecoin nodes are being added, and the demand, it's about to go parabolic. And that's exactly why I'm screaming FOMO at you right now. If you snooze, you lose. This isn't some clickbait hype. I'm talking about the kind of play that could turn small investments into monumental gains. Think 100x potential here. Yeah, that's the kind of math that makes grown men double-check their accounts and go, wait, did I just miss it? But let's take a step back for a sec. Why is Filecoin even in this position? It's simple. AI needs data. Not just a little bit, but mountains of it. And where does all that data live? Traditional cloud networks are overloaded, expensive, and frankly, not built for the scale AI is about to demand. Enter Filecoin, a decentralized, blockchain-powered storage network where data can be stored securely, efficiently, and at scale. It's the perfect marriage between blockchain tech and the exploding AI ecosystem. You got the brains, the algorithms, the neural networks, but without Filecoin, that brain's got to run on empty. And nobody wants AI running on empty, right? Here's where the FOMO hits even harder. DePIN, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network, is the secret sauce making Filecoin even more explosive. Basically, DePIN allows real-world machines, like computers and servers all over the planet, to become part of this massive storage network. So now instead of a few massive centralized servers holding all the data, the network is decentralized, secure, and ready to scale with AI's insatiable hunger. You're literally looking at the infrastructure of the next internet, the backbone of AI's growth, and it's all quietly powered by Filecoin nodes. No one's making headlines about it, but the money knows. And the money doesn't wait. And just when you think this is only about storage, hold up, it's not. Filecoin isn't sitting still. It's linking with cross-chain networks, integrating with platforms like Avalanche, and creating a liquidity bridge that could make this one of the most undervalued assets in crypto. I'm talking about a network effect that most people don't even realize exists yet. Wall Street is quietly watching, retail is slowly catching on, and by the time the mainstream screams about it, it might be too late to catch the early wave. That's the beauty and the danger of early adoption. FOMO is real here, folks. Real. Now imagine being part of this revolution. Not just buying a coin, not just holding blindly, but understanding the tech that underpins it. The AI boom is real. The storage demand is massive, and Filecoin, it's perfectly positioned to ride this wave. And the crazy part, you're getting in at the perfect time. Early, informed, and ready before everyone else jumps in. And that's the kind of opportunity that doesn't knock twice. But here's the cliffhanger. You've seen the numbers, you've seen the nodes, you've seen the AI hunger, but that's just scratching the surface. There's a secret layer happening behind the scenes, something that could multiply the potential even more, something that the news isn't covering, and that's exactly what we're diving into next. It's the part of the Filecoin story that makes investors gasp, that makes analysts rethink their spreadsheets, and that could very well be the tipping point to turn Filecoin into a 100x phenomenon. So hold tight, because the next segment is where we break down exactly how Filecoin's deep-in revolution is quietly becoming the backbone of AI, how the whales are positioning themselves, and why you might want to take notes if you're serious about not missing this rocket. Remember, this isn't a theory. This is real infrastructure, real adoption, and a real chance to catch the wave before the hype train leaves the station. All right, keep your eyes peeled, because what's coming next, it's going to blow your mind. And if you thought AI and Filecoin were just buzzwords, you're about to see why they're the most powerful combination you've never heard of. Until now.
Yo, real talk, if you think AI is just about fancy graphics cards or chatbots, you're sleepwalking, fam. Everyone's drooling over NVIDIA's GPUs like it's some golden ticket. But while the hype crowd's flexing over the latest tech toys, the real money? They're quietly stacking the backbone, the infrastructure that actually keeps AI alive and breathing. And here's the kicker nobody's spilling. That backbone is powered by Filecoin. Yeah, that's right. While everyone's distracted by the flashy headlines, Filecoin is quietly running the engine room for the AI revolution. This is where the story gets juicy, and if you blink, you might literally miss the setup that could make this coin explode 100x. Let's break it down for real. OpenAI, Anthropic, and a bunch of other AI projects aren't just sitting on a few servers. They're hoarding mountains of data. I'm talking petabytes stacked on petabytes. And all that data doesn't chill on the cloud like Google or AWS. Nah, it's distributed, decentralized, scattered across nodes worldwide. That's right, decentralized nodes powered by networks like Filecoin. And that, my friends, is where the magic happens. While the normies are still thinking cloud equals AI, the smart money sees the network effect. They see how a decentralized web of storage isn't just resilient, it's untouchable, scalable, and primed to handle the exponential demand AI is about to throw at it. Now think about this. AI is a ravenous beast. Every algorithm, every model, every simulation it runs needs massive amounts of data instantly accessible. And here's the thing, traditional storage can't keep up. It's expensive, centralized, and honestly, kind of weak. That's why Filecoin's decentralized nodes are the unsung heroes. They're like the silent army, quietly hosting and delivering AI's insatiable appetite for data. And no one's really talking about it. Wall Street knows, hedge funds know, some of the early retail investors are catching on, but mainstream chatter? Still asleep. That's exactly the FOMO moment I'm hitting you with, because the wave is building and the launch is coming faster than most people realize. And it's not just about storage. Filecoin is quietly building what I like to call the AWS of Web3. Imagine Amazon Web Services, but decentralized, cheaper, faster, and infinitely more secure. That's Filecoin right now. Infrastructure on steroids, sitting under the radar, silently powering AI models across the globe. Every chunk of data stored, every transaction verified, every node synced, it's all happening in the shadows while the mainstream yawn at their screens. And that's why the early adopters, the ones paying attention, are already laughing all the way to the bank. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Filecoin isn't just hosting data, it's creating a network effect that traditional cloud providers can't touch. Each new node that joins the network doesn't just increase capacity, it increases security, redundancy, and the overall value of the network. Think about it like this. AI models are growing exponentially in size, right? And each model needs a ton of data to train and operate efficiently. The more Filecoin nodes exist, the more robust and scalable AI becomes, and the more indispensable Filecoin gets. And when demand skyrockets, guess who holds the keys to this infrastructure? Exactly, Filecoin, quietly sitting in the background, ready to explode. But here's the part that's going to make you lean forward in your seat. It's the speed at which Filecoin is expanding. The network isn't crawling, it's sprinting. More nodes, more partnerships, more real-world integration. You got projects integrating AI pipelines directly with Filecoin nodes. You got cross-chain bridges being developed. And that means liquidity, interoperability, and adoption are all ramping up silently. Nobody's screaming about it yet, but when they do, it's going to be too late for most people. That's the essence of FOMO right there. The insiders are already moving, and the window for early positioning is shrinking fast. And don't even get me started on institutional involvement. The big players are watching this quietly. They know that AI and decentralized storage are two sides of the same coin, and they're maneuvering accordingly. While Reddit and Twitter are busy debating meme coins, the real power move is happening behind closed doors. Filecoin is the silent engine quietly integrating with enterprise-grade AI solutions and becoming indispensable. And when adoption hits critical mass, retail's going to flood in, pushing the price and demand up like a rocket. That's where the 100x potential I mentioned comes into play. Not hype, but real-world growth, adoption, and scarcity of early access. And you know what's wild? Most people don't realize how early this is. We're talking pre-boom, pre-mainstream hysteria. Filecoin's still under the radar for the masses, but anyone paying attention knows this is the opportunity that could define the next 5 years. AI isn't slowing down, it's just getting started. The amount of data being generated will only multiply. And where does it all go? Filecoin. That's the formula for insane upside, and the kind of play that makes early movers laugh quietly while latecomers scramble. Now, here's the cliffhanger, fam. What you just heard is only the tip of the iceberg. There's an even deeper layer to Filecoin's integration with AI that most people have no clue about. Think secret alliances, cutting-edge protocols, and strategic partnerships that are positioning Filecoin to be the invisible backbone of the next AI wave. And that's exactly what we're diving into in the next segment. You're going to see how these moves could trigger the kind of growth most investors only dream of, the kind that makes 100x gains seem almost conservative. So keep your eyes glued, don't scroll, and stay locked in because the next chapter is where Filecoin's DePIN strategy gets broken down, showing exactly how AI adoption is being monetized, scaled, and positioned to become the infrastructure gold rush of 2025. If you thought this was exciting, buckle up. It's only going to get wilder from here.
Yo, fam, real talk. If you think Filecoin is just some storage coin floating in the crypto ocean, you're dead wrong. You gotta pay attention, because the real magic happens with something called DePIN. That's Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network for anyone still snoozing. Sounds like a mouthful, right? But trust me, this is the engine making Tesla run, Helium pay, and Filecoin print money quietly in the background while everyone else is busy chasing the next meme coin. Yeah, you heard me, money printing. And if you blink, you're about to miss the setup that could change the game for AI and crypto forever. Here's the lowdown. DePIN is basically a system where real-world machines, computers, servers, even personal rigs, become nodes hosting digital assets. Every single machine you see, every server plugged into the network becomes a piece of the next internet. It's decentralized, scalable, and insanely powerful. Instead of one giant server farm controlling everything, thousands of nodes spread worldwide are storing, validating, and delivering data. And here's the kicker. AI models, the brains behind all the cutting-edge tech you hear about, rely on this infrastructure. Without this infrastructure, AI would stall, choke, or become way more expensive to operate. Filecoin has quietly positioned itself as the backbone for this new economy. And fam, let me hit you with some truth. This isn't just theory, this isn't some nerdy idea bouncing around in a conference. This is the foundation of a new internet economy where anyone, literally anyone, can own a piece of the AI backbone. Imagine this. You set up a node at home or you invest early while the network is still under the radar, and suddenly your little piece of hardware is helping power AI systems globally. You're not just holding coins, you're holding the infrastructure that makes these AI systems work. That's some next level passive positioning right there. And the early movers are laughing quietly while retail investors are still catching up. Now, don't get it twisted.
The billionaires know exactly what's going on. They're front-running this before the word DePIN hits the mainstream. They see the AI explosion coming, they see Filecoin's infrastructure quietly scaling, and they're stacking positions like it's the early days of Bitcoin. And you can see it in the flow of the network, in the adoption stats, in the partnerships quietly forming behind the scenes. But for most people scrolling through TikTok or Twitter, it's all noise, all hype, all distractions. And that's why the FOMO is real. You're not going to want to be the one looking back, wishing you got in before it blew up. Picture this. A decentralized network where AI data isn't just stored safely, it's verified, distributed, and monetized. Every node contributes to the ecosystem, earning rewards while keeping the network secure. That's not some future dream, that's happening right now. Filecoin nodes are already live, adding capacity every single day, while AI projects integrate more and more complex models that require vast storage. And the beauty is, each new participant in the network increases its security, redundancy, and value. The more nodes, the stronger the backbone, the bigger the potential for profits as adoption surges. And here's where it gets really juicy. DePIN doesn't just help AI run, it transforms storage into an asset class. Think about it like real estate, but digital and global. Instead of investing in a building, you're investing in infrastructure that powers the next generation of AI. Every machine, every storage unit, every node that joins Filecoin is a brick in the foundation of the AI-driven internet of tomorrow. And that's why early adopters, the ones who understand this, are quietly accumulating, setting themselves up for a potential windfall that mainstream investors won't even see coming. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. The scale of this network. Filecoin isn't just a few scattered nodes. It's a sprawling, growing network with thousands of active participants integrating AI storage seamlessly and adding value every single day. This is exponential growth in action, and the adoption curve is only just starting. AI demand is going parabolic, data requirements are skyrocketing, and the network effect of more nodes joining means Filecoin is quietly creating the most robust and scalable storage ecosystem the crypto space has ever seen. And fam, don't forget the incentive structure. Filecoin rewards those contributing real storage with fill, which means early participants aren't just holding value, they're generating it while providing critical infrastructure for the next AI revolution. This isn't some side hustle. This is positioning in a system that could literally underpin the AI economy for decades. And while the mainstream is still chasing trending coins or hype pumps, the ones who see this play understand the magnitude. Now, here's the kicker that ties it all together. The DePIN revolution isn't stopping at nodes or storage, it's bridging with AI protocols, integrating with emerging platforms, and positioning Filecoin as the invisible backbone of this explosive market. Once adoption hits critical mass, the demand for decentralized, secure AI-ready storage will explode, and those who are in early will have the first-mover advantage locked in. That's why the whispers you're hearing about 100x potential aren't just hype. This is infrastructure meets AI, meets strategy, meets FOMO on a scale most people can't even wrap their heads around yet. And just when you think it can't get any more insane, here's the suspense. The next layer of Filecoin strategy ties into real-world AI deployments, cross-chain integrations, and partnerships that are quietly forming behind closed doors. We're talking projects and enterprise adoption that could make Filecoin indispensable for AI globally. That's exactly what we're about to break down next. The numbers, the stats, the real proof that this isn't theory. This is happening right now, quietly powering the AI boom while everyone else is sleeping. So stay locked in, don't scroll, and pay attention, because the next segment is where we uncover why the hype around Filecoin and DePIN isn't just chatter. It's backed by adoption, infrastructure, and data-driven proof. If you thought this was wild, buckle up. The next chapter is where the numbers hit, and trust me, you're gonna want to take notes.
Yo, check this out. If you think Filecoin's just another coin people toss around for fun, you are seriously underestimating the play. I'm about to show you why this thing has 100x potential. And no, this ain't hype or some flashy headline. This is pure math, real adoption numbers, and smart money moves that Wall Street doesn't want the average person to see. So sit tight, fam, and pay attention, because what's coming next is going to blow your mind and make you rethink everything you know about AI and crypto. Let's start with the backbone, Filecoin's total storage. It's not just growing, it's exploding exponentially. Every month, more nodes are coming online, more capacity is being added, and the network is scaling like a beast. This isn't linear growth, it's parabolic. Imagine thousands of decentralized storage nodes popping up across the globe, each one adding value, security, and redundancy to the system. That's not speculation, that's documented network expansion that most mainstream investors aren't paying attention to. And here's the kicker. Every single one of those nodes can store AI training data. Every new node strengthens the network and strengthens the value of fill as adoption ramps up. Now let's talk AI data demand. Brace yourself. By 2026, AI data needs are projected to grow tenfold. 10 times the data, 10 times the infrastructure required to store it, and that's where Filecoin swoops in as the silent hero. AI models like GPT, Anthropic systems, and other emerging AI protocols are producing massive mountains of data every single day. And where does all that data live? Not on centralized servers that can crash or get hacked. Nah, it's being funneled into decentralized networks, and Filecoin is perfectly positioned to handle it. Every bit of storage demand that AI throws at the network increases its intrinsic value. The math is simple. More demand equals more adoption, which equals higher price potential. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Filecoin partnerships. They're not just sitting around, they're integrating with cross-chain bridges like Avalanche, unlocking liquidity and interoperability in ways most people don't even understand yet. This means Filecoin isn't stuck in one ecosystem. It can flow across platforms, provide storage liquidity, and tap into multiple networks simultaneously. That's the kind of exponential leverage Wall Street loves, and it's exactly why smart money is quietly positioning itself while retail is still scrolling memes. Picture this for a second. AI systems start storing real, mission-critical training data on decentralized networks like Filecoin. Imagine the scale. Billions of dollars worth of AI infrastructure relying on Filecoin nodes to operate efficiently. At that point, Filecoin doesn't just become valuable, it becomes undeniable. Undervalued coins go from being ignored to being essential overnight. That's the type of multi-decade structural play that doesn't happen often in crypto, and it's happening under everyone's nose. But here's the part that really makes your stomach drop. There's something even bigger happening behind the curtain. Yeah, you heard me. Bigger than DePIN. Bigger than any storage hype you've heard about. We're talking next-level integrations, secret alliances, and protocols being built that most people don't even know exist. This is the kind of stuff that moves markets quietly while everyone else is stuck trying to chase the latest pump. And trust me, when this hits the mainstream, the FOMO is going to be unreal. People are going to look back and wish they got in while it was still under the radar. Let's put it in perspective. Most crypto investors are chasing hype, chasing price spikes, and getting lost in noise. But Filecoin? This is structural, foundational, long-term, exponential growth. The nodes keep expanding, AI demand keeps skyrocketing, and cross-chain adoption is happening silently behind the scenes. It's a perfect storm for price discovery, and the potential for 100x isn't just theory, it's baked into the system. Every metric, every growth indicator, every adoption stat points to the same conclusion. Filecoin is quietly building the infrastructure that AI will rely on for the next decade. And here's a secret that most people ignore. Network effects matter. The more Filecoin nodes exist, the stronger the network, the more reliable the infrastructure, and the more essential the token becomes. AI can't function efficiently without this backbone, and as more AI systems rely on it, Phil's value proposition goes from interesting to absolutely critical. This isn't speculative hype, it's the structural mechanics of a network effect that smart money already understands. That's why you see those early positions quietly accumulating while retail is still debating whether Filecoin is worth it. And fam, don't sleep on the timing. The market's just waking up to the AI boom, and Filecoin is already years ahead in infrastructure readiness. Adoption is growing daily, partnerships are expanding, and nodes are being added globally. Once the broader market catches wind, the price momentum is going to be insane. That's the kind of FOMO moment where latecomers panic and early adopters quietly ride the wave. And you, if you pay attention now, can be part of that early wave. Now here's the cliffhanger. What's coming next isn't just about nodes, storage, or even AI integration. There's a deeper layer, something that could amplify Filecoin's potential even further. Think strategic alliances, enterprise adoption, and multi-chain liquidity flows that could turn this hidden gem into a mainstream powerhouse almost overnight. That's exactly what we're diving into in the next segment. You're going to see why Filecoin isn't just undervalued, why it might soon be unavoidable in the AI and Web3 ecosystem. So stay locked in, don't scroll, and pay attention, because the numbers don't lie. The math, the growth, the adoption, it all points to one thing. Filecoin is quietly building the infrastructure of the AI revolution, and the next chapter is where the proof hits the screen. If you thought this segment was wild, buckle up. It's about to get even crazier.
Yo fam, hold up. I gotta drop this on you right now before you scroll past, because this is insane. You think you've seen Filecoin's potential? Nah, you ain't seen nothing yet. The ecosystem is quietly linking up with some of the biggest names in AI. Ocean Protocol, Fetch.ai, SingularityNet, and most people have no clue this is even happening. Yeah, while retail's chasing meme coins or hyped pumps, Filecoin is quietly becoming the backbone of AI networks, the kind of play that could literally turn small-cap tokens into infrastructure giants. And trust me, the math and strategy behind this, it's straight up next level. Here's what that really means. AI agents, the ones training, analyzing, and making decisions on massive datasets, aren't just floating in some cloud somewhere. They're storing data directly on Filecoin nodes. That's right, direct integration. Real-world AI projects using Filecoin's decentralized infrastructure to host their critical data. This isn't theory. This isn't some vaporware concept. This is happening now. And the implications? Huge. When you combine AI's insatiable demand for data with Filecoin's decentralized storage network, you get a perfect storm of adoption, network effects, and value creation that's hard to even overstate. Now, let me hit you with the big picture. Remember when nobody cared about Chainlink? It was just another coin, some side project, until it became the Oracle standard for smart contracts. Suddenly, everyone who ignored it was left scrambling. Filecoin is walking that same path, but with AI's firepower behind it. Think about it. Decentralized storage plus AI networks equals infrastructure that literally can't be ignored once adoption hits critical mass. You're witnessing the early stages of a backbone forming that will support countless AI systems, applications, and protocols for years to come. And the crazy part? Most people still think Filecoin is just another storage coin. FOMO is real here, fam. The big players already know what's up. Wall Street, crypto whales, early AI investors, they're quietly front-running this, stacking positions and positioning themselves for what could be the next massive wave in Web3. And you, if you pay attention now, you're early. You're in the seat while retail is still scrolling memes and debating the next trend. That's the kind of advantage that can't be bought. It's timing, insight, and being awake when everyone else is asleep. Let's break down why this alliance matters. Ocean Protocol, Fetch.ai, SingularityNet. These aren't random projects. These are serious AI networks, data marketplaces, and decentralized intelligence platforms that need reliable, scalable, and secure storage to operate. Filecoin's nodes provide exactly that. They're not just hosting files, they're enabling real-time AI computation, smart contract storage, and data distribution that scales globally. Every time an AI agent stores or retrieves data on Filecoin, the network grows stronger, more reliable, and more indispensable. This is how infrastructure giants are born, quietly, under the radar, while everyone else is distracted. And fam, don't sleep on the ripple effects. As Filecoin integrates deeper into AI networks, it's creating a self-reinforcing loop. More AI adoption, more storage demand, more network value, more adoption. Exponential growth in action. And the best part? This is happening silently. No hype cycles, no mainstream coverage, just structural growth that's stacking quietly behind the scenes. That's the kind of FOMO that hits hard. Once the world catches on, latecomers will be scrambling to get in, and early movers will already be way ahead. Here's a perspective that'll make you lean in. Small-cap tokens usually pump and dump. They rise and fall with hype. Filecoin? It's different. This is structural adoption. You're not betting on speculation. You're positioning an infrastructure that AI literally depends on. It's decentralized, resilient, scalable, and now increasingly intertwined with the AI ecosystem. That's not a gamble. That's positioning in a system that could underpin the next decade of AI development. And when AI adoption hits mainstream, the network effects and demand could make early positions feel almost unfairly profitable. And here's the kicker. This secret alliance isn't just about storage. It's about control, integration, and influence. By linking with AI networks, Filecoin is becoming indispensable. It's moving from being a utility token to being a critical piece of AI infrastructure. Every new partnership, every node integration, every AI project relying on Filecoin adds layers of security, adoption, and credibility to the ecosystem. The network effect is compounding quietly, and by the time it's on everyone's radar, the early adopters will already have captured the upside. Now, picture the future. AI systems running on decentralized infrastructure, data flowing seamlessly across Filecoin nodes, integration with multiple AI networks, and liquidity bridges enabling seamless adoption across chains. This is the kind of foundational shift that could dwarf previous Web3 waves, the kind that makes you go back and wish you paid attention earlier. And here's the suspense. This is just the start. There's another layer of strategy, partnerships, and hidden protocols that could amplify Filecoin's role even further. That's exactly what we're diving into next, the moves that could make Filecoin the biggest Web3 shift since Ethereum. So stay locked in, fam. Don't scroll and keep your eyes peeled because the next segment is where things get wild. You're about to see why this alliance isn't just smart, it's transformative, and why missing it could mean missing out on one of the biggest infrastructure plays in crypto history. If you thought Filecoin was strong before, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yo fam, if you think you've seen it all in crypto or AI, hold up, because what I'm about to drop is next level. This ain't theory, this ain't hype, this is the blueprint for the next wave that could literally reshape Web3 and AI forever. We're entering a world where data is the new oil, and trust me, Filecoin, they're sitting on the pipelines. Every bit, every byte, every piece of digital real estate that AI needs to function at scale, Filecoin owns the backbone that makes it all possible. And if you're still watching, you're about to see why early attention here isn't just smart, it's straight up essential. Think about it. Every AI app, every Web3 startup, every DePIN project you've heard about is going to need massive, decentralized storage. There's no getting around it. Centralized storage? Too slow, too expensive, too risky. AI's appetite for data is only going up exponentially, and the network that can handle this at scale without breaking a sweat is the one that's going to dominate. Filecoin's already positioned itself as that network, quietly scaling while everyone else is still chasing the next hyped coin. And here's the kicker. The mainstream doesn't even know what's coming. That's the FOMO you feel creeping in, because when adoption hits, it's going to hit fast, and you want to be ahead of the curve, not left in the dust. Let's put some perspective on this. By 2025, AI models aren't just handling billions of data points, they're handling trillions. Machine learning, neural nets, reinforcement learning, the tech stack is growing insanely complex, and every one of those models needs storage that's decentralized, secure, and instantly accessible. That's exactly what Filecoin delivers. Every new node, every integrated project, every AI agent storing or retrieving data on Filecoin strengthens the network, increases reliability, and compounds the value. The math is simple. More adoption equals more demand, and more demand equals higher intrinsic value for FIL. And fam, this isn't just theory. The network stats, partnerships, and adoption curves tell the real story. And let's get emotional for a sec, because this is the kind of stuff that makes early adopters laugh quietly while everyone else scrambles. You're literally witnessing the birth of the first trillion-dollar decentralized storage network. AI plus DePIN isn't just a combo, it's a paradigm shift. Think back to Ethereum's early days or Bitcoin before it hit mainstream awareness. Now imagine a similar level of structural adoption happening quietly in the background, but this time the catalyst is AI. That's the scale of what's unfolding, and the insane part? Most people don't even realize it yet. That's the edge, that's the FOMO, and that's why being awake to this now is critical. And fam, don't sleep on the strategic positioning here. Filecoin isn't just storing data, it's enabling AI systems to operate efficiently at global scale.
It's bridging networks, integrating with multi-chain systems, and providing the decentralized infrastructure that's going to power AI for the next decade. Imagine billions of dollars worth of AI computation relying on Filecoin nodes, secure, scalable, and untouchable. That's not hype. That's structural value creation and the kind of opportunity that could make early positions explode as adoption ramps up. Now let's talk about why this 100x potential isn't clickbait. It's math, pure and simple. AI data demand is skyrocketing. Filecoin's node infrastructure is expanding exponentially. Cross-chain integration is unlocking liquidity, and strategic partnerships are quietly building adoption pipelines that most retail investors won't even see until it's too late. That's the perfect storm. Infrastructure meets demand, meets scarcity, meets timing. And you're seeing it happen right now. The FOMO is real, the momentum is building, and the window for positioning is closing faster than most people realize. But here's the suspense hook you need to chew on. The real game changer isn't just the storage, the nodes, or even AI integration. It's what happens when Filecoin becomes the default infrastructure layer for AI at scale. That's when the network effects explode, adoption goes parabolic, and FIL transitions from being a high-potential coin to an essential asset in the AI Web3 ecosystem. That's the kind of shift that turns early believers into early winners and latecomers into regretful followers. And let me leave you with this. If you've been following along, you already know why this isn't just another crypto hype story. AI plus Filecoin equals a game-changing infrastructure play. We're talking 100x potential, structural adoption, network effects, and real-world utility all rolled into one. And if you pay attention, stay informed, and position yourself wisely, you're not just watching the future, you're part of building it. So here's the final word, fam. Don't just scroll past this video and forget it. Make sure you're paying attention, take notes if you have to, and understand that this isn't the end of AI. It's just the start of Web3. Filecoin is quietly building the pipes that will carry the digital economy for decades, and the early movers who see this now are the ones who could ride this wave from early adoption to massive upside. Buckle up, stay focused, and remember this: AI plus Filecoin equals game changer. The math isn't hype, the adoption is not imaginary, and the opportunity, it's real. And if you're still watching, congratulations, you're already ahead of the crowd. The next decade is being written in code, nodes, and decentralized infrastructure, and Filecoin is right at the center of it all.